Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program now, Hope Alive. Yes, hope day for Nigeria. No matter anything we say, they happen for this country. Hope day. And we'll go keep on talking every day, putting the government on their toes on what they are doing wrong that they need to do right. So I greet all obedience everywhere we are. Then a good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever on a day. We don't come again, make we come bring all the things that we say, it they happen. The one we say, it they just they happen as we they speak. Now the thing we say we talk yesterday. Yesterday we have reports from Rivers State that Governor Fubara, after winning his Supreme Court matter, decided that he is going to jettison their arrangement to get back the commissioners after they have been approved or after they have been screened from the State Assembly. But guess what? Breaking is that Fubara went back from his spokesman and they did what? They inaugurated 9 commissioners, today being Friday. Today. That's just happening. Again, coming up at this very hour, we are bringing you what the issues surrounding the 3.3 billion naira loan that they call a crude oil prepayment loan. That one where we say Tinubu talks and the one where they use the cushion, the dollar and all of that. Atiku don't fire back to Ramsey. This loan, where in they find the sources where that very money waka go, say in no talk am where and in no explain am give, and Tinubu don't fire back to Atiku. Waiting in talk, we get link where no go see everything. How Tinubu talk said and take spend $3.3 billion loan where they don't carry. That one they come for this hour. Then we get this very particular Chief Ogalla, the Naval Chief, Emmanuel Ogalla. They say he don't land for trouble over a multi-billion naira oil bunkering contract. That one, they come up. And we get plenty things where we say Rivers indigenes don't begin they tear down the posters of Wike in Rivers State. They don't pull them down in different local governments. While they were celebrating the victory of Governor Fubara yesterday, a lot happened today. And we'll hear from residents of Port Harcourt and Rivers State in general how they are talking about what has just happened in Rivers State. So, all these things we go talk, and me and Angel there for studio today to talk all of these things.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Welcome. Tell your neighbor, say hope day, but not in our politicians or in our leaders. Happy weekend, my people. The reason why people kill in the name of religion in Nigeria is because Nigerian government allows it, which is very bad. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Yes, as you are joining us on this very discussion, make you no forget to give thumbs up. Press the button where they there, like and share so that other obedience worldwide then go know say Obedient Family TV don't come on. And if na new time, if na the first time when you just see Obedient Family TV, make you subscribe. So I want to start to do some explanate, give all obedience worldwide. Yesterday we got a report directly from Rivers, and that very report was because of the pending court matter that says that they should all maintain status quo, that the government, which is Sim Fubara, after the victory yesterday, decided to say, hey, we are going to obey the order of the court and we are going to stay until the court that told them that they should not put back those commissioners into his cabinet until the court sit again, because court has given an order on that. And that is what we brought before our viewers yesterday. But surprisingly today, as at today being Friday, we now got another report that as we are speaking, that Fubara is inaugurating 9 commissioners, reappointing these commissioners all over again. Now, whatever would have transpired in between that 24 hours yesterday and today, we may not tell. But ours is to bring the news that we receive, at least authentically. And that is it. But a lot is happening in Rivers State. But before we get to the things that are happening in Rivers State, let's take a look at the prepayment loan. That is the crude oil prepayment loan that Tinubu take. We know that Atiku Abubakar took a big jab at him. I mean, not just the query that Atiku brought in was extremely overwhelming for Tinubu and his cabinet. And the reaction of Tinubu will really surprise you. And it's not us, it's a trending news that one could verify. Even people from the mainstream media, our Arise News, Ojobe, I mean, they all talked about it. But let's first before we get to what the presidency in Tinubu responded, let's hear how it all started from Atiku. That is calling on what Ojobe did as of today. Let's see her comments. Credit to Ojobe.
Nigeria's former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to account for NNPC's $3.3 billion emergency crude repayment loan announced in August last year, a transaction which the Tinubu administration says will support the Naira and stabilize the foreign exchange market. Atiku made the demand in a post on X, posing several questions. His tweet reads in part, Tinubu's administration owes Nigerians an explanation for the NNPC $3.3 billion emergency loan. The curious thing about this transaction is that up till now, the federal government continues to keep mum about it. And the only information available to the public on the mega deal is coming only through unofficial sources from the NNPC. The deal is supposed to be a crude for cash loan arranged by the African Export-Import Bank. According to information available, a special purpose vehicle called Project Gazelle Funding Limited is driving the deal, and it was incorporated in the Bahamas. What is even more confounding about this deal is why the federal government would register a company in the Bahamas, knowing full well the recent scandal of the Paradise Papers that involved that country. Curiously, also, Nigeria's current barrels produced daily is 1.38 million. And according to the Project Gazelle deal, Nigeria is to supply 90,000 barrels of its daily production, starting from 2024 till it's up to 164.25 million barrels for the repayment of the loan. Now, this is where the details get disturbing, because Nigeria's benchmark for the scale of crude per barrel in 2024 is $77.96. A simple multiplication of that figure by 164.25 will give us a whopping $12 billion. It is on this note that we are calling on the federal government to speak up on this shady deal. It is inconceivable that the federal government will lead the country to take a loan of $3.3 billion with an interest rate that is not more than 12%, but with estimated repayment amount of $12 billion. That is a humongous differential of about $7 billion between what is in the details of the deal on paper and what indeed is the reality. We therefore demand, on behalf of the ordinary people of Nigeria, that the federal government provides answers to the following questions. 1. Has the federal government assessed the loan? 2. Is the loan in the government's borrowing plan as approved by the National Assembly? 3. Who are the parties to the loan and what specific roles are they expected to play? 4. What are the conditions to the loan, including tenor, repayment, terms, the collateral, and the interest rate? 5. And lastly, why register an SPV in the Bahamas, knowing the recent scandal of the country's notoriety for warehousing unclaimed assets?
So much questions begging for answers on this very loan. The loan don't begin to hook them. Dollar don't begin to steal jack up. Then talk say the money to bring the dollar down. But we know where dollar day as at that time, and we know where the dollar day right now. Before we bring you their own response, my here waiting angel because he might do muimu since.
You see, I don't dey talk and say APC government na scam. Yes. How you won't borrow money to depreciate your own money, another currency? No, we been saying our own currency. How is it possible? The 5 questions where Atiku asked them, I think they need to answer it. They need to answer Atiku. 5 questions. We need answers. Shady deal, very big one.
This
yes, one and
deal. Those questions are very, very, very pertinent.
Yes, very
let's
important.
Again look at what the presidency in Tinubu's response is. You will see that they say from the Nigerian presidency, say, you ask, we answer. Everything you need to know about the NNPC Limited's 3.3 billion loan, also known as Project Gazelle. Say there have been a lot of interest from the public and stakeholders in the recent weeks regarding the 3.3 billion crude oil prepayment loan, also known as Project Gazelle. This is financing agreement secured by NNPC Limited to repay future royalties and taxes to the federal government. To address the range of questions raised and prevent speculation, we have created this frequently asked questions, facts. Fact sheet which covers what you need to know. That is coming from Tinubu. Now these are the NNPC that they have formulated this frequently asked question. Already they knew that people are going to ask so much questions on this 3.3 billion, and they have formulated a way that they are going to answer you these questions in a soft copy form. The link, because this is really, really huge, is going to take a whole lot of our time to start going on each of them, but we'll just take a little of it. But meanwhile, you need to understand that this thing is by the link is actually the description of this very particular video, so that we don't care. So that if you want to know more about this shady deal, if you want to know what they had planned, for example, in Q1, they say, how do crude oil forward sales financing agreement work? They start to explain how forward sale financing agreement for crude oil operates in the following way. So money, they call it a special purpose vehicle. But honestly, just like Atiku envisaged, this is another fraud in the making. This is another way of, siphoning Nigerian money, so to speak. So if you want to know this first question, there are second questions answered. There's all these are what they have formulated, and they have put it in a form where you can get their answers. But they don't know that by going through all of this, we'll find out their loopholes, or what they did wrong. There is so many loopholes in there. We are going to take them on for tomorrow so that we will bring them out how and where these things went wrong. So please do open the link on the description so that you can take this on, and also make your comment on the comment section by the questions that they are answering, or whether we don't even know what the collateral for this loan are, and whether this very money has already been disbursed to them. Just like the presidential yacht, we never knew that the yacht was already in the country while they were actually putting it in the budget. So we wish to know from the presidency, Tinubu specifically, whether they had already collected this loan and what it was deployed for, because the dollar eventually is still shooting very highly up. We need to know that. So please do not forget to go to the link so that you can get the question. Away from this, let's get to the Naval chief, Emmanuel Ogalla, who obviously for reports that we have has landed in trouble. So, and that is the Chief Naval Officer of Nigeria, as we know, Emmanuel Ogalla. So, the summary of the whole thing is that the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogalla, is facing scrutiny for alleged involvement in the oil bunkering and contract splitting fraud, with preliminary investigations that we have estimating he accepted over 170 million in bribe over the past 6 months. This is an exclusive report from People's Gazette. And this actually jeopardizes Nigerian national security and the reputation of the Nigerian Navy. Angel, PO, even while on the election time and after, had insisted that oil bunkering cannot work without governments being part of it. You understand?
Yeah.
And this is very obvious. Do you know what it means for somebody to have accepted over 170 million in the last 6 months? Which time Tinubu even enter? Which time they appoint this man?
He's just 7 months in the office. That is the most appalling thing. You see, it's as if every minister or appointee in Tinubu's office, Tinubu's cabinet, they are all crooks. Yes, because each of them have a questionable character. Look at this, just 7 months into the office. Can you imagine what will happen in 4 years?
Well, I think this is something that is an exclusive from People's Gazette, and hopefully more insight will come out of this. You can actually go to People's Gazette to read more about this because they went much more into details. So here we can only quote what the People's Gazette has put on about the Naval Chief Emmanuel Ogalla.
And what is heartbreaking in it is our Naval Chief. If the chief can do this, the person in charge.
But Angel,
what happens to the people working under him?
It is the people at the helm of affairs that actually helps to do this. Just like we were talking yesterday about the police. Recall that it is the people who you see standing on the road collecting 20 naira and 50 and 100 naira from the motorists, as the case was. They are not putting all in their pocket. They go back to the Oga at the top and remit money. You understand? Now, if you check the chief of naval staff, they are the one in charge of the waters. You understand me? So if you are going to bunker, if you are going to lift crude or stolen oil from Nigeria, there is no way you are not going to partner the Nigerian Navy to escape it. Exactly. They are in the waters, you understand?
Of course, it's their territory.
And then the Oga itself, who of course, obviously is the one they are talking about here, is the one that money should be remitted to. So this is an ongoing scrutiny, as Gazette people have said. You understand?
Is too much.
So we believe that the investigation is going to reveal probably much more, but a whopping 170 million US dollars in bribe in 6 months.
Mr. Kanu, let me ask, do you think anything meaningful will come out of this investigation? Well,
we'll watch out for that. Then another story that has been going around the corner is about this Supreme Court's affirmation of a 5-year sentence for ex-Lawan. That is the ex-lawmaker Farouk Lawan, the one where we say collect 500,000 US dollars bribe from, I think, from $10 or thereabout.
Yes.
The Supreme Court held that 5-year sentence imposed on this former House of Representatives member Farouk Lawan is going to stay. Now, it's still the same thing that we are talking about. That several people who has collected, is it Danguje, the chairman of APC, was clearly seen, national chairman of APC, was clearly seen loading dollars into his babariga and so on.
Even in his cap.
So, Farouk, what did Farouk do different from what?
It's the same thing.
Same thing exactly.
But now they have even given him patted him on the back by giving him national chairman APC.
Yeah,
you can imagine the
so
big
it's
title.
more like trying to tell other people you can take the bribe. That's why the ordinary president of Brekete family saying he doesn't wish for bribes to go on, but that is a normal thing in Nigeria, that people just do it for the sake of doing it. That is, it's like endemic. It's something that has gone like an epidemic in Nigeria.
And I don't, it's like Farouk doesn't even know what is going on in Nigeria. He's supposed to decamp to APC and his sins will be forgiven.
Be forgiven, yes. Anyway, I think that is that on this. Then let's get to Rivers once again. Wike don't they get bash, you know, was now in they happen for Rivers State. They pull down his billboards, they pull down placards, everything that has to do with Wike in Rivers State is coming down. It's finally coming down. The one where we say they even make me laugh. As they bring billboards down, then begin they slap the billboards, saying a Wike, then they slap. They didn't tire me. Let's take a look at what how they did it, and then we'll come back because a lot of people spoke in Rivers State. Let's take a look at this.
No more is this in Ogalla town. Yeah, no more. Today we are scattering you. That will not be a picture. Not be a picture. You are an evil man. We have destroyed you. We are evil man. So we are today. After a betrayal, it's River State. You are thunder fire. You know, so we are bringing you down to today. Come and destroy this thing. More border.
See the slap when they give Wike. Some people are just funny. Slapping billboard thinking they are slapping Wike. But anyway, the point is that they are pulling down the billboards and they thought that they are pulling down the structures of Wike. Angel, what do you say?
Yes, Wike is getting it woto. He never even see anything. Shebi, he know they hear something. Now, even the slap self, they are feeling so happy, thinking they are slapping Wike. And I'm easily visioning how Wike now go. In face go day. Yeah,
but Wike will be feeling better because finally today, Fubara fulfilled part of the agreement. You understand me?
Yeah.
And that very agreement has to deal with
his
nomination of his commissioner, or rather inaugurating them actually, which yesterday they said they were not going to do until February 28th after the court. But they finally did that today. Kudos to Fubara for changing his mind for whatever reasons. But let's hear what the Rivers people are talking about right now about this particular happening. Rivers people are actually saying different things about all of this. Both what has happened at the assembly, and the assembly people are actually doing what? Something contrary to what the agreement is. Today, the House of Assembly Rivers State overrode Fubara. They override him, pass a law. But we'll get to that. Let's hear what Rivers people has to say about all of these Wike, the Supreme Court matter, and what is currently happening in Rivers State. Let's take a listen.
The same scenarios were replicated in different parts of Port Harcourt on Thursday, following the Apex Court affirmation of Governor Fubara as the duly elected governor of Rivers State in last year's governorship election. Here is the Rivers State Secretariat with civil servants relishing the victory.
The governor is going to do for his people. That is the primary constituency. He's going to do all that was not done before. Previously, permanent secretaries were appointed in Rivers State without a vehicle for 8 years. The secretariat complex, you can look at it, was abandoned for 8 years. There was no water, there was no light in the secretariat complex. Everything we have, all furniture we have in Rivers State Secretariat complex is non-functional. For 8 years, the governor has promised us, as permanent secretary, that in less than no time, all these matters will be resolved.
What we are expecting as Rivers people and civil servants, cuts across every area, cuts across empowerment, cuts across welfare of civil servants, cuts across agriculture, cuts across microfinance, and any other one he knows that he can do for us.
Civil servant, in fact, Rivers people, we've been in bondage for 8 years, and we're thanking this almighty God. We are so happy today. I have never been happy like this in my life. Can you imagine what happened? Since I started working, no government has remembered us to give me 100,000 naira for Christmas bonus. I was able to pay my rent. I said, thank you, thank you.
For these Port Harcourt residents, it's time for the governor to get down to the business of a purposeful governance.
It is not supposed to be a momentary celebration. I expect him to celebrate in a continuous way. That is to improve on security, to improve of welfare packages to workers, market women, students, health facilities, and others. All round is to improve of all this in that will touch even the dog in my house.
If the state is not stabilized, in case of insecurity, investors will not definitely come. I think his major focus have to be insecurity, to make sure that investors come back to Rivers State. You want a lot of people that live in Rivers State, in Lagos or Abuja. But if they come back to Rivers State, there will be a lot of development. First, that should be his primary focus, to make sure he challenges insecurity in the state. Very serious. People can live their normal life. People can do the things they want to do.
Though these respondents described the Supreme Court victory as a sweet one for both Governor Fubara and the Rivers people, they threw a challenge at the elders and leaders of the state.
But moving forward, I think we owe it to ourselves and the future to be able to be the watchdog, the voice, the ears, the eyes of this state. Everybody has put what they can into this state. From the creation of the state, there are people who are part and parcel of the creation of Rivers State, that their children and their grandchildren are alive today in this state. And we will not just sit by and watch people just rise up for political interest that is outside of this state, and for political interest, their personal political interest.
And then it should be very courteous. It should know the kind of statement it's going to make, so that it won't trigger any political crisis again. Because there is no way the political crisis will be triggered that it will not affect security system. And when it affects security system, economy will be so adversely affected too. So to me, you should just take it as victory for everybody in Rivers State. This is not the period for you to recognize some enemies. I don't think as a governor, I don't think Fubara should recognize anybody as enemy. He should see himself as the leader, political leader, the father of everybody in Rivers State.
Also, Governor Fubara and the Rivers people have been challenged not to be complacent, but vigilant in victory.
The Rivers people need to stand up. Our docility has given room for one man to trample on Rivers people with a jackboot for 8 years. There should be internal vigilance now, so that the governor will not derail, so that enemies of democracy will not surround him and begin to tell him what and what not to do and what to do in order to subvert the will of the people and the aspirations of Rivers people. I call for internal vigilance. It is only when the people are vigilant that those in power will know and do the right thing.
With a congratulatory message from the APC governorship candidate Tonye Cole to Governor Fubara, some respondents have asked the governor to be magnanimous in victory.
So many basbos in Rivers State. But we'll be watching, we'll keep our ears open and be watching as things unfold, Angel.
Yes, their jubilation, I love that. It shows they are supporting their governor, that they love their governor.
Well, we'll see how Wike takes that, especially the fact that he has sworn in his commissioners back again. You understand?
Yeah, he will feel...
however that goes, I wouldn't know for Sim Fubara, but I believe that he must have his reasons to respect the agreement and disrespect the court.
Yes, he's a man of peace. He said he can do anything.
But there's a court order, and that very agreement cannot override the court that say maintain status quo. And maintaining status quo is what the spokesman talked about yesterday, saying until the court sits and, you know, throw away that very order, then they can proceed. But, you know, Fubara just felt he needs to turn back and abide by the agreement. He spoke about Toyeko also calling him to come and join him to, you know, make sure that the state is running well. That's Toyeko of APC. Yeah. And also talked about Labour Party coming together with him to run. Quite a good
of course,
good things
they need to move
about.
River State forward.
Exactly. Then moving forward, Northern elders threaten Tinubu. This one, they come out from waiting Northern elders, and at least we have a tweet on it from our comrade Aisha. Aisha's tweet read that, as if not vote deciding anything, he had to read to win, so he knows he has no need for any not votes. Northern elders still do not realize there is no more one North that used to come with a block vote. It is now North Central, Northeast, Northwest. Let's not even forget middle belt. That is coming from Aisha. And of course, Aisha had a video on about these very Northern elders. Now, the bulk of the whole thing is the Northern elders are telling Bola Tinubu to forget the Northern votes in 2027 if he moved the central bank fund departments to Lagos. That is the threat they are giving to the Bola Tinubu. So, but the bulk of the matter is the Northern elders failed to realize that it was not their vote that sent Bola Tinubu to Aso Rock. It's not their votes.
They rigged it. And
their votes, really, whether it counted or not, that is left for them to check. But really, Tinubu was very clear that he was not voted by the North and by the Easterners. Maybe he thinks it's only his kingsmen that actually voted for him. But we know that the bulk of the votes that was mentioned by INEC was not what he got. And that mandate is a stolen mandate. And that's why we stood. It doesn't matter what the Supreme Court says. But you can have your observations and your comment on the comment section. We'll bring you the things as it is, and then we make sure that our perspective and our opinion is also heard. So for the Northern people, let me once again tell you that Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has always been in Lagos. The headquarters has always been in Lagos. By Molitala, the address, even if you check it on Google, is Murtala Mohammed International Airport. That is where the fan headquarters is and has always been. The man that defrauded Nigerians, talking about the ex-while Minister of Aviation from Katsina State, who took all the money, brought a fake Nigerian air into Nigeria, is the person who moved the office to Abuja. So Abuja is not FAN's headquarters. I just want to pass that across. For the Central Bank of Nigeria moving it to Lagos, I don't know how that is going to work out. But if you want to talk about the votes because of moving CBN to Lagos, be my guest. And, you know, just patch your wound. No, na talk say, no, na go help them. No, talk say, na the same Muslim ticket and all that. So, let's not cry over something that is already happening. People are dying in Mangu local government. Aside from Plateau, there's a whole lot of things happening in the north that you all know about. Make sure your voice is heard. Speak it out loud, not about threats. Make it happen. We know you can help make Nigeria better. Our time don't give us signal, and the signal where they give us make we carry our kaya come out for studio. But before we do, I go carry my give Angel.
Northern elders, make una wake up from una slumber. You people can't cry over spilt milk. Tinubu no win the election. Una no even vote. He still the mandate. Now our mandate be that. Now PO mandate be that. So me una know they cry. 2027, make una wait till then. For now, make una the leak una won't. Thank you so much, my people. Like, share, subscribe. Make all the obedient they hear wetin dey happen. Say Tinubu government, APC government. Now borrow and squander. They no get any vision. But our hope is in God. Because for whether we go get a better Nigeria, we go get them by fire or by force. We appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. But God loves you more. Bye for now.